This video is going to be about manifestation, which was our number one most requested video topic when we asked for user input about what we should talk about. So, yeah.
Okay, so we decided how to structure this video, which is basically how we each individually manifest, and just tell a little bit about it. So I've had some actually funny experiences like with this process, because when I first learned about manifesting, I was just like, it seems like a fun little thing to do. Like, I didn't take it that seriously because I felt like the lightness of it, of my emotions, and not like being so attached to like if it happened. So I was kind of like, oh, like it'd be cool if this happened. And I think that's what really helped my approach, is like not being so attached to it and just trusting that it's going to happen regardless. So one thing that I did manifest was actually this trip here. And it's amazing because it's like we put so much energy, and that's like my one of my tips, is to put a lot of focus and energy on it, all while balancing it and not being so attached to it. So, for example, every day, probably for like at least like 2 hours, we would talk about, you know, like how much fun it would feel doing the things that we wanted to do. And now it's not just the words, and this is the thing, the universe does not care about the words as much as the feeling. So when we're talking about it and exchanging what we're going to do, it was the feeling. I was literally, you can ask my mom, I was literally sitting like at the kitchen table with this huge smile, like radiating love and like feeling as if I was there. And she was like at the store, and she'd be messaging me like, oh my god, I can't wait to hear because blah, blah, blah. And we would exchange that energy and exchange and ignite that desire that I had so, you know, strongly to visit Maya. And at the time, I wasn't, you know, making a steady flow of income, so I was worried about like how I would get to like even buy the ticket. I mean, that's how bad it was. So I didn't worry about that though. I was like, you know what? I know for a fact that this is what I'm supposed to do. So whatever, you know, whatever way, like just, I believe in miracles type of thing. And I know that sounds really crazy, and you have to get over the fact that like, oh, but reality, or like reality. Your reality is limited to what you can believe, basically. So if I believe that I would never be able to do it, then I wouldn't, you know. I believe that I would. And lo and behold, it just like all came together. And I'm not kidding you, like people will literally drop into your lives and like just offer you money, like your friends or your family, and like you don't even know why, but it's just, you have to believe in circumstances like this. And I have a really good family friend, I work at a gym, and she was just talking to me one day, and she's like, oh, like I can, you know, let you borrow money for it, and just like out of the blue, I didn't even have to ask. And I was just like, oh my gosh, and I knew at that moment that I was powerful enough to manifest things like this. But how I do it, the process is I really get down to what I want, and I think that's similar to both what we believe in. It's like you have to really figure out what you want. So mine was, I want to go visit Maya. And then number 2 is to already act as if that's in your life. So what would I be doing on my day-to-day if I was with Maya? So I would literally wake up, I would do this, and like I would be like, Maya, what should we have for breakfast? And like either out loud or in my head. And I would just act as if I was already there, literally. And it was fun. I made it fun because I wasn't sad like, oh, I wish I was there. Because that just brings down your energy, and you're not going to manifest it. You're going to manifest more of what you're already feeling. That's the thing. So if I'm feeling a lack of money, and when I'm trying to manifest money, like if I'm feeling like lack, then I'm going to manifest that. You get it? So it's like, I was super excited, and I was pretending like I was already with Maya and what we would do, and I kept replaying that over and over in my head until it happened, and it's like here. And my thing is that once you get down to what you know what you want, and you align what you're feeling now to like how you would feel, you're going to be a match, because we are energy, like we're vibrating, everything is vibrating, this is vibrating, the car's vibrating, we are, and we're a match to whatever we're feeling. And again, you can say, I'm abundant, and then like all of a sudden you have all of these buts, all these doubts. That's not going to work. You have to really feel it. So my thing is like really feeling into how you would feel if you actually had that in, and it's worked with me with my cell phone. I manifested my cell phone. Do you remember that? Yeah. Like I literally no money, and then I literally manifested $500 within like 2 days, out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, because I felt like so excited. I was like, yeah, like I'm like using my phone, like I'm gonna take such good pictures with this phone, and I would like pretend as if I already had it. Call me crazy, but the crazy people get the most shit done. So yeah. Yeah. So I don't really have like a step-by-step process. It's just really know what you want and align with it and try to like block out all doubts, because you have to just trust that it will happen and it will work.
Mm-hmm. So also what I would add to what she just said, in addition to like how I manifest, is that it's helpful to involve other people in the process, which I think is what she was mentioning. Yeah. So, like, when she was saying, I want to come here,
give it energy.
Probably, like, for one day, I was like, oh, it's just an idea. And then the next day, I woke up and I was like, it's reality. And I started putting together her bedroom and doing all the things, like, even though I wasn't really sure if she was going to come. I mean, I was like, well, I'm just going to pretend that she's here. And I just imagine, I think that the stronger the imagination you have, the stronger manifester you'll be. Like, I can literally, like, completely just not see anything in front of my face and see whatever I want to. So I would just see that. I would just see her in the kitchen or wherever else. I would just see it.
Because the thing is, your thought is the first step to manifestation. That's what people don't understand. It's like once you birth a thought, that little thought, oh, Vanessa being in the kitchen, like, it's real. It's real. In the, like, Abraham Hicks calls it the vortex. You know, people call it, like, the bubble or whatever. But it exists. So what you have to do is bring it to, like, the 3D reality. So
what I'm going to tell you right now is the hard truth about manifestation, which is that when you put in energy to something, you immediately are creating it. And where a lot of people go wrong is that they pull it back when it doesn't happen on their timeline. And so, you know, you can have something that's 99% about to exist in the 3D reality. And if you say, oh, you know what, I put a date on it and that date's come and passed, it's gone. It's gone. As soon as you take your energy away from it, it's gone. And there's a difference between pulling back and being mad and taking your energy away versus letting it go.
Release and surrendering.
And a big part of the process of manifestation is to basically, you want to put in only positive energy, and then you want to just like let it go. And by let it go, I mean just thank your guides. Thank you for doing this for me. It's not about the effort, nor is it. I really don't believe in manifestation lists. I don't believe really. I think writing it is okay, maybe depending on where you're at. Speaking it, okay, maybe depending on where you're at. But the most important part of manifestation is that you align with it energetically. So basically, I have basically manifested everything that I want. I do basically live in the exact life that I want. Sometimes I say I want other things, but I can feel my own resistance to them because I don't actually. I just feel like I should want them, and then they don't manifest. But anyway, basically what I do is I just use the very, very small windows of time in my life where I feel completely 100% in the vibration of true love and joy. And during those, like, it's literally maybe 13 to 15 seconds a day. And when I feel charged up, I'm just like, oh, thank you for this event. Thank you for these wonderful clients. Thank you for everything. And I just, like, take all that energy that maybe has nothing to do with that. Maybe I just feel really good just because I hugged Zaire or I had this kombucha and maybe, like, hyper. It doesn't matter what the actual source is. But I just pretend that the reason I feel good is because I have the thing that I actually want. I mean, it's literally never failed me. I have manifested Vanessa this way. I manifested, a lot of people like are like, Mai, what the heck? Like, your soul family, your soul mana, like, how'd you call these people in? It was like, well, I was just like, feel the love, and then I would just, like, whatever I was feeling, because I was just playing, and then I would just be like, I feel good because of my soul family. Like, it wasn't really, but it, like, didn't matter. Like, and I would just take that really emotional energy, and I would just attribute it to something that it wasn't there for. But I knew it was powerful because I know the higher vibe I am, the more reverberations it sends out to my guides in the universe. So yeah, just use a small window of time. Some people use sexuality or the moment of orgasm for this. It does work because your energy is so much more elevated. It doesn't matter. When you feel good, that's when you manifest. You don't really want to manifest when you're feeling bad. Like, you're like, oh, I really wish I had a car. Like, no. Like, when you're, like, at a comedy club, you're feeling great or whatever, you're out dancing, you're feeling great, and then you're like, thank you for my car's so beautiful, and, like, whatever, okay? That's when you manifest. I think that's really the heart of it, but you have to be willing to receive things in the timing that the universe has in mind. I will tell you, I have put ultimatums sometimes before on things, and my guides have given them to me according to those timelines. But I wouldn't suggest doing that on a whole. I would suggest just letting it go and be like, thank you. I also give my guides permission to, like, make modifications. I do not say, I need it exactly like this. I'm like, I want this, the general feeling or thing, and, like, please, if it's in my highest and best good for it to look a little different or be a little different, like, you have authority, please make changes and bring it to me when I'm actually ready. Because I used to manifest everything I wanted to, but I used to actually make really specifications, and I would get things and I wouldn't be ready. It would be a train wreck, absolute disaster. So yeah, now I'm just like, whenever, like, like, thank you, and that's it. That's what I do. Yeah.
I think it's really helpful to compare this process with gardening. Okay, I've mentioned this before in like my personal post. So you have a little packet of seeds. You open them, plant the seeds, right? So this is your thought: new car, new apartment, divine love,
Twin flame.
whatever. Plant it in there and cover it up. Okay. What do people normally do? Do they go, hurry up, come, why aren't you here, why aren't you here? Like with their carrots, with their whatever they're growing, with their squash. Like I'm pretty sure I've never seen anyone go stomp on the dirt and say, why aren't you coming? Like what is going on with you? Like yelling at the dirt. It never happens, right? So it's the same thing with us. We plant a seed. What do? You water it.
Send it your heart chakra love.
So what would be the equivalent to watering it? It would be, every day. Visualizing, or just whenever you're in that good feeling, just again, that's like watering the seed, the idea. But you're not like yelling at the corn to grow, or why didn't you grow it in straight, you grew crooked. Like it's just all these details. You just literally plant the seed. Why? Because you trust. You know that it's natural to plant something, to water it, to get sunlight, and it's gonna grow. You know that the sunflower is gonna grow. You're not thinking that you're gonna plant a sunflower and like a car is gonna grow out of it. Like you just trust that you plant the seed and the flower comes out. It's just a natural trust. So we need to have that natural trust when we plant that seed, to the universe, that this is what I want, that it's going to come, and like she mentioned, it has to be in the timing that you're ready for. And what I like to do after I state like my manifestation, what I want, I say this or better.
Yeah.
Because your mind is like, I know this is going to sound sad, but like this, and the universe is like huge, and it's like, girl, we're not going to give you that, we're going to give you like twice as much as that or better, and we limit ourselves with our thoughts, basically, because like our imagination can only go so far. Like the entire cosmos is within us, I get that, but we can sometimes limit it with just like, and being specific is good, like to really help you visualize it, like the smells, the color. But you never know. Like, so whenever you're done, you just say, or better. Like, please, this or better. And that really, really helps. But yeah, patience is a really important part of the process. And just remember, like, that analogy. When you plant that manifestation, just trust that it's going to grow and going to come into reality.
Yeah. I do think that people ask me a lot of times, how much do you have to believe something in order for it to manifest it? Well, I've asked myself this question a lot. I do think it's pretty high. Ideally, you want to believe something 100%. Yeah. And the ability to believe is predicated on the belief that the universe wants you to have what you want. So I would suggest starting with that belief.
Also, if you're worthy of it.
What? Oh, that you're worthy of having what you want. Yeah.
Because some people might be like, oh, I don't deserve it. Or like, you have to believe that you deserve it. And then the universe will respond to that.
Yeah. So you want to believe, like, you need to believe that you deserve it, that you're worthy. But you need to actually believe that it will happen.
It's possible.
Yeah, so like,
and that's the thing. Like, if you believe in the miracle to happen, like, it's going to happen. Like, crazy stuff happens. I'm not even kidding. Like, I have manifested straight up money with the day before I had $0 and the next day you have like 500, and I'm kidding. Like, yeah. We've practiced, we've tried this with dogs, with people. She's literally said, I want to see a person with blue eyes. She's described it, and then like 5 hours later we're getting pizza and there's the person, and I almost shit my pants. Yeah. I didn't, but it happened.
It's about being
she believed
playful.
It, and she was light with it. She was light. She didn't say, I better see it or else I'm not going to believe in this process anymore. Like, she wasn't hard about it. She was so light, and she was like, oh, I'm going to see, you know Maya. I don't know if I do a good impersonation. She's like, oh, I'm going to see a person with blue eyes, with short, and then we see them. And because she believes in it.
I mean, I literally do think that, like, what is in front of us is 100% created by what, like, the collective consciousness and what we believe in our minds. So I think our guides will generally honor requests that are done with good intent. There is sometimes we can try to manifest things for other reasons, and it might not happen, but I don't know. I think the most impressive thing I ever manifested was Zaire, my twin, and I'll be honest, I wasn't sure if that was a real thing, and I didn't believe it 100%. But I did, like, believe it, like, 92 or something %. So I believed it a lot. And, yeah, I mean, I think that's, like, you have to be pretty high up there in the belief. And ideally, you want to believe 100%. Like, you want to be so certain that something, like, I know in the future, some things that are coming to me. I don't care how it happens. I don't know when it will happen. None of that matters. But I just know that they're coming because I feel it in my heart, and there's absolutely no reason not to, and I want it. So, for example, some things, I'm going to have a black French Bulldog named Frandor, and I think, like, half the time when I'm in bed, I'm like, oh, this is Frandor right here is going to be my dog. If anybody has one, they want to give it to me, I'm open. Or you need a babysitter, I want to try it out.
Dog sitter.
So, I know... I have a dog coming to me, a house coming to me, a little boy foster child, a business center, some workshops, events, some other people, TV show, and radio show, and some traveling and vacations, but no babies. But anyway, all these things, like, I literally... I know that. Like, I can, like, feel them. It's like, oh, here it is. I don't even want any of these things right now. Obviously, that's why they're not here. But I want them, like, in the future. And it's like, ha ha. Like, here they all are. And also our entire soul monad coming together and working together. Like, this is, like, every time I feel good, I'm like, la, 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 la. Oh, to play together, live together. It's so wonderful. And I don't even believe that it doesn't exist. That's the thing. It's like, I know that it exists. And it's just, like, over here. And, like, I'm okay with it being there. Yeah,
it exists.
It's there.
Basically, you cannot possibly imagine something that's not real. How the heck? How would you do that? If it's not real, how could you think about it?
You can only perceive things which are relevant to your vibrational frequency that are possible. So, yeah, a couple things there. All the good things are there for you. I would suggest that you just going back to the state where you were at when you were a kid and you had that, like, imagination and you couldn't really tell the difference between imagination and reality. That's approximately the state that you want to be in to be the most powerful manifester as an adult as well.
And say, like, you're at your search engine, right, on your laptop, and, like, or you're, like, checking something out at the online store, and, like, you put it in your cart, you know how it's like, oh, proceed to checkout. Okay, so when you type that in, like, oh, shoes, or, like, you're searching for something, you never doubt that, right? Like, you just type it in and it, like, comes to you. You just trust, like, see what I'm telling you? We trust in, like, a laptop more than we trust ourselves. Like, what is life? Yeah. Again. So say if, like, I'm like, oh, how to cook pasta the best way, and, like, I'll type that, and I'm not even saying, like, oh my gosh, I'm probably not going to get any search results, or, like, oh my god, I don't worry about that. I just type it in and I know it's going to come to me, right? So it comes to me and I click it and you get what you want because you're searching for it. So same thing, pretend like the universe is, like, the ultimate store, and, like, you're like, it's easy, like, just like you buy this beep at the store, right? So, like, say, oh, I want to, I want to manifest an apartment, and, like, I told Maya, like, that's what I'm trying to currently manifest right now, is my own place to live. And I literally pretend like I'm just telling the universe, like they're my boss or something, like, hey, like, make sure you, like, you're working, and you're like, oh, make sure you do this, you just, like, check it off. So it's just easy as that, like, make sure you do that, okay, thank you. It's just really light because I just believe. And some things, like, I'll try to manifest, and, like Maya mentioned, it doesn't really feel that right. Like, you think that you should be manifesting it, and then I'm like, why this is not happening? Because, I mean, I don't really truly want it. So truly want it, truly believe in it, and just, have fun with it. It's supposed to be you're creating things. Like, how cool is that? You're literally magic. It blows my mind.
I just want to tell you one thing about how I manifested this place that we're in right now.
Not this place.
Not, like, this building, living here. Okay, so I made a little bit of an oopsie, like, because I was being a little bit an ego or whatever, a little bit arrogant at the time about finding places, and I've, like, lived, like, a lot of different places, found a lot of different places. So we came here, and we didn't sign the lease in the appropriate window of time, and so they told us there's no way that you can get what you want, and I was like, I was really mad, a little bit, and frustrated, and I had to rise myself up from a lower vibration, but I was like, oh, whatever, magic. I was like, oh, magic, and so I would tell Zaire, like, when we were going to the store and stuff, because I wanted to live here, I wanted this to be my home, I was like, let's go to home. Like, so we would, like, I made him drive us, like, with our groceries and stuff, and, like, park here in the parking garage, and be like, oh, it feels so good to be home. Like,
acting as if
we didn't live here, but I did that for, like, I don't know, a few weeks or whatever, and I would, like, walk here after work, and I'd be like, wait, home, and then, like, but I still didn't live here, but I still lived somewhere else, and then I would go afterwards, but, like, I made it my pattern to be here, and sure enough, it didn't take too long, 9 days, 10 days, somebody decided they need to emergency vacate out of the exact apartment that I wanted to be in, and the lady called us and she was like, oh, we wanted you guys because you're just so sweet, like, to come here because there was a wait list, and then we were here.
Miracles.
So just if you believe, like, that you deserve to have what you want, and even if you make mistakes that you still deserve to have what you want, you'll have it.
And she's really good with this. Like, she'll help me get out of the space of, like, I feel like there's only one way to manifest it. Like, she'll tell me, Vanessa, there are so many possibilities for this to happen. Like, someone could die. Like, I mean, I know this is, like, not the best possible, highest for everyone, but no, but, like, not, like, kill someone. That's not what let me make that clear. No violence involved. What I mean is, like, say someone could pass away or, like, vacate out of the, you never know. Someone could have a heart attack, basically, if they're, like, old or something, and then you could just have that. Like, you never know. Things can happen in mysterious ways.
Just have
be
fun.
open. Be open. That is the number. Just be open.
This open. Like, more open
no,
than this.
Like, my long arms. Like,
that.
Okay.
Okay, we hope you liked this and it helped you. God bless you.
Happy manifesting!